Little cabbages off one cabbage that I just cut the cabbage off and left the stalk in the ground. There's been bugger all growth this year, but this is so far. A grapevine that I've still got to tie that side up, but there's also this side. Oh yeah, and it's coming into bud. Where did I see that bud? Just there. See? Carry on. I forget what that is, but I forget what pretty much everything is. And a fence for the grapevine. I've got some grape cuttings that I'm going to put on other places on this fence and just mix them up. I think it's called a walking onion that Helen Boyd gave me a couple of years back. One of these gizmos. Must have dropped seeds from somewhere. I think this is called a wineberry or a tayberry. It looks prickly, but it's actually soft. Sort of like an orange raspberry. And another wineberry. Like I said, it looks prickly, but it's actually furry. Orange raspberry. Another one of these gizmos. It's a pretty tall one. And there's quite a few little ones growing here. That's all in behind the fence where I showed you the grapevines before. And the walnut tree, which is just starting to bud. Some self-sown sweet peas. Then this is the garden looking back the other way towards the back. That tree's there has been, whoops, it's a plum tree and it's been cut right back. Very few blossoms on, but it's now coming into leaf anyway. More self-sown sweet peas, and I forget what they are. Some kind of herb. Some daikon radishes. These are starting to rot, which is what I wanted them to do. See, they're quite big. Another one there. And another one in the back. There's quite a few around the place. I pick the leaves off and feed them to the chooks every now and again. And there's the fig tree, which again is just coming into bud. A few big strawberries here. It goes all the way down there. And this is the third year this feijoa will be growing. It's just as tall as I am up there. And it had 15 very big feijoas last season. One of these herbs, I forget what they're called. I forget what everything's called. I'm really tired. This is the first day that I've been walking, or even outside, after 2 weeks. Another fig tree. And this is a silk tree. It was about that high beginning of last year, or about this time last year, and it's grown about 2 meters, and it should grow another 2 meters. And then this, because look, this is broom, but I'm pretty sure it's that pretty yellow and red one. If it's not, it'll be coming out. And then behind the broom and the silk tree and the fig is the tortured willow, which is just coming into leaf. Then more strawberries, and oh, I forget what that's called too. And then this is getting closer to the old plum tree. And some tansy. There's plenty of tansy around. And this is a loquat tree. Last year it only had one fruit on it, and that ripened. And I didn't even see the flowers, But this year there's quite a few there, so hopefully more than one this year. And then the plum tree is just here, going back that way. Now I've got to go and sit down, I'm knackered. Then this here is the yellow weeping willow, leaves coming onto it. And this is the other side of the chook pen. And there's a couple of figs in there. They've got names on them, but, well, they did. Looks like they've fallen off too. And that one there is quite big, it goes up to there. Now I've got an 8-foot cage house, 8 metre, sorry, which I'm thinking if I can possibly get it together, I'm going to put it over that fig and over that one, and probably grow grape cuttings along the side here, and maybe a choco over by the post up over the cage. And no idea what this is either, so I'll find out at some stage during the summer. I do know that's a hebe, but it's awfully close to the what do you call it, Feijoa tree. More baby cabbages. Again, this is one cabbage plant that I chopped the cabbage off last year, which is only a nice little one, and now it's sprouted out a whole bunch of little ones. There's some autumn leaves here, which I still haven't got around to binning up and putting in the chook run. Well, I've done a few rubbish bins of them, but there's probably another 4 or 5 rubbish bins left. I'm pretty sure that's crimson clover. And a sad looking lemon tree. That's back up the front again. So this is the standing on the driveway and looking back over that way. Most of this mulch here will be covered in kumara. But that's, yeah, the big section.